back, everybody. So this is week 5 of my fall semester experience at university. And so for week 5, we'll start off with Monday. Again, there's not much for me to speak about throughout the week, but on Monday, I do want to bring up the fact that when we were in economics class, they had an associate from this the university's tutoring program, and he came to speak to us about like, oh, we have this amazing you know service to all students that is completely for free for y'all to just come to our building and get help from other students on like things they're like having issues with when it comes to like understanding the course and whatnot, understanding the homework assignment. Um, remember how I said, or maybe you don't, but remember how I said in week 4 how like, oh yeah, no, I didn't do so great on the exam, and I'm not sure how the rest of the class did, but you know, well, well, I do know now because he talked about how like, oh yeah, no, economic students are like the most popular students amongst, you know, the tutoring program. Like, most of the students that come to seek help are economic students. And he said, and after seeing the exam one result, I can see why. Which, okay, um, hmm. And then he proceeded to say, like, raise your hand if you like felt comfortable while taking the exam, I guess. Like it seemed like, no, this is fairly simple, like I understand it. He either said that or he said, comfortable with the score you got, like you like what you ended up getting as your final grade. And so little of the class raised their hand. Granted, I'm towards the front of the class, so like there's a whole bunch of people behind me that I probably didn't get to see. But at least from where I could see, so little of the class raised their hand. It was not great. Which at that point, like, isn't that more of a issue with like the way the course is being taught if so many of the students just didn't do so well on the exam, you know? But also, there's just not a lot that these um, professors can do more, during the like 50-minute lecture. Like, there's a set amount of time and there's all these things that you have to be taught. You can't like have like the last some like 10 minutes to try to, you know, get to explain this stuff more better. Like you have to go, keep on going. So at that point, if you're having trouble, you have to do it, seek help outside of the class time, outside of those 50 minutes that you have in the class, speaking to the professor or, going to the tutoring center, or I guess figuring it out on your own, if you feel like that's, you know, if you can do that. So like, I, I'm not really that, shocked that, there hasn't been discussion, at least to my knowledge, of like, okay, well, because so many students did that, I understand that like maybe, I need to, do something um, that will better help y'all understand what I'm talking about. I guess, it still makes sense. There's just so much you can do, within 15 minutes, and especially because we do like have to get down to those 50 minutes. It's not like, oh, well, yeah, it's 50 minutes, but we're usually like in class for like 40 or 45. Like, no, we usually do end up taken from beginning to end. Um, and so then the next thing I want to talk about is the fact that I had my first math exam during week 5 as well. hmm And so basically for this exam, it felt fairly more simple than the economics exam. Granted, these are two different things, calculus and economics. But I will say I felt more calm, taking this calculus exam. Granted, it was also, I believe, um, like half the questions. It was only like 14 questions, whereas the economics one was like 30, I believe. Um, so there's that, and it's like the same amount of time. Like it's like an hour you get to complete the entire thing. So there's that, and so basically the grades have yet to come out. Maybe they have, like right as I'm recording this on a Sunday, maybe they have, but to my knowledge, they have not. I think it's going to come out on Monday, so I don't know what I got. I could be like, oh yeah, I was so calm and whatnot, and then turns out I did terrible as well, which is not. We're hoping that that's not the case. Um, you know, don't want to have 2 weeks of exams and we both did terribly on them. It's not what we want. However, I will say it was kind of bad on the fact that like I was almost late. Well, I technically was if we want to speak on the correct terms, late, but not like late as the exam had already started and I had just walked into the building or whatnot. I had like 3 minutes to spare, but yeah, but because the building that the quiz was taking place and I have never been in. However, I have been around the area, so I was fairly familiar with like where to you know, walk to get to the building. Just not the room specifically, you know, but it all went well, I'd say. Yeah, well, that's pretty much it. That's all I have to say for this week. So, thank you guys for watching.